Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my February knitting podcast. I'm going to go through my finished projects, my works in progress, and then some acquisitions. And so without further ado, let's get into it. My first finished item is this cardigan. I talked about it for quite a while in my last video, so I won't go too into depth today, but I did finish it and I'm very excited about it. This has been one of my most worn items in the last month, I would say, because it just makes me happy. It feels very wintry. It's a very cobalt blue with a light blue color work. And even though the color work is more, it's not as wintry as you would think. It's called Lucky. It's a 4-leaf clover. But it reads very winter, I would say, especially with the motif of it repeating as a stripe. So I've been wearing it so much. It's super soft. This was knit on 4mm needles on Sheep's Color Crafter yarn. Yes, there we go. And I decided to do small buttons. So I have these all the way here. I'm really happy about the shape that I got. It's pretty loose and pretty straight, but I think the drape that's been created is very nice. I love the look from the back. And then one of my favorite features is this double knit collar that I included. And it just feels very vintage. I really like the vibe of this. I do have kind of a hard time matching it to a lot of my clothes, I would say. I don't know, I have a hard time styling like vibrant blues, but it's worked out so far. But yeah, and sometimes the collar sits up like this, and it makes me want to knit like a zip-up hoodie or something, because I feel like that's kind of like a nice look as well. Very like outdoorsy or sporty. So yeah, if you want to know more details about the color work and everything, I really took a long time to talk about it in the last podcast. So yeah, I had pretty much finished the entire thing by the time I was making it last month. So I think I finished it later that day or the next day. So yeah, I won't talk about it too much more. My next finished item, I only have one more, is another sweater, but this one is a worsted weight one, so I went pretty quickly. And it's another color work. And honestly, this is like one of my favorite projects of all time. I really did not like how it was going at first because I didn't really like the yarn combo, but I have to say it's truly grown on me, and by the time that I finished the body, I was like, I need to finish this. Like I finished the sleeves so quickly because I just needed to wear it. So I will just try it on really quick. Alright, about this sweater. This sweater is knit on a size 8 needle. Yes, size 8 needle. So it's one of my larger projects, so it went really quickly, which was nice. This gray is a Caron 1 pound that my son got me for Christmas, and then this coral watermelon color is from Knit Picks. They're Brava, or the brand Brava. I'm not sure if they're linked. I got the yarn off of Knit Picks in a sale. It's a worsted acrylic. So this is a fully acrylic sweater. My goal for this year is to kind of use up my old acrylic stash and then kind of start cycling in more natural fibers as I go along. And yeah, so I kind of want to talk about the color work because that is really the standout piece of this. I really wanted a colorwork sweater with 2x2 rib and a 2x2 rolled neckline, and then I really wanted to try like doing color bands, the contrasting color band in the ribbing. So I've done it on the sleeve and the neckline and the very bottom. So I really enjoy that that little detail, but then the color work that's the real showstopper is this random knitting chart that I found on Pinterest. Just a floral knitting chart, and it looked like it looks like, I can put it up here, it looks like it's a picture from like a Russian knitting book. So I unfortunately don't have a name for the chart, but if anybody's asked, I've been trying to tell them as much information as possible for them to be able to find it, in case you can't. But I just did the chart one way, and then I just reversed it for the next stripe. And I did the back yoke and then the front yoke, and then when I joined in the round is when I started doing color work in the round, and that saved me from having to do any purling of color work. With my last project, with that cardigan, I had to purl that color work, and that was a true test of patience, and it was not very fun. So I really wanted to just try color work in the round, and I really love how it turned out. This has also been worn a lot. I love the sleeves with the color work pattern. And yeah, this is just such a fun sweater for spring. I really want to make, I don't know, I can see so many fun color combos that you could do with this. I would love to do maybe like a blue with a yellow and a green. You could do, I don't know, you could literally do anything. I have been really eyeing like brown and red as color work combos, and I think that would be really fun to do. I might try doing that. I might frog an old sweater and then combine it with red to get a brown and red combo. So I don't know, but this was truly fun. Another detail that I did was I did some decreasing around the last few rows to get more of like almost a vintage shape where it curves in a little bit more and then hugs the hips just slightly, and that is I don't know, I really like that detail. It gives it a really nice shape, and it just makes it a little more interesting and a little more fun. And yeah, again, I could see this being like an old just an old colorwork sweater you find at the thrift store or something that somebody made in the 80s or the 70s. I am really drawn to that kind of knitting, and so yeah, I might put out a pattern for this one. I think that would be a really fun thing to have available. I could also see this really being a good kid sweater, so that would be fun to pattern grade it, to size grade it for like a kid's sweater. And yeah, I can't stop looking at it in the viewfinder because I just love the contrast. So yes, this was truly a surprise that it came out so well, but I love it so much. And yeah, anyway, that is my only other finished item. So now we are going to get into works in progress. So I have just been obsessed with color work, obviously, and doing stranded color work charts and finding them on Pinterest and trying them out. So I have a friend who's having a baby, so I started knitting a little shirt. I think I'm gonna do short sleeves. That's the only piece that I haven't decided on yet. So yeah, I had this leftover yarn in my stash, and that's the little colorwork chart. I need to weave in ends, obviously. It's like a little Henley style shirt, and then it will have little sleeves on it. And this is a similar colorwork chart. The same person that had the the 4-leaf clover colorwork chart on Pinterest had this one. And I need to look up the name, I can't remember, but it's just another floral knitting chart. I think they're so pretty, and that's the back. So I did a similar thing to this sweater where I did a back panel and then picked up stitches for this, the shoulders, and then did the increases, and then when I joined in the round is when I started doing the color work. So again, only doing color work in, what's it called? The round is super nice and helpful, and I don't know, I think it keeps you just, it goes so fast because it's so exciting to get to the next row, and then you start to be able to like read your own work and know where the next stitch is without having to like consult the chart so many times. So, and this is great too because it's just one band, one stripe. And then the idea is that I will do little matching shorts. Probably, I won't do this color work chart again. I will just do it brown with some thin white stripes. And I think that would be a cute little matching set for, I think this is a size, look, 6 month? I don't know. The shirt's a little big, but you have to account for how large babies' heads are compared to their bodies. So, I don't know, maybe this will be a dress. I've done the measurements, and I think this should be good for like a 6 to 9 month old with some positive ease. So, we'll see. It's super soft. This is like the Hobby Lobby Stork line, I believe. So, yeah, this was just left over in my stash from another project. And this was super fun. It takes hardly any time to make a baby knit, which is really nice. One of my only other works in progress is this sweater that I am working on. This has been an interesting project, mostly because I cannot understand this color. Sometimes it reads as like very brown, but right now it kind of reads as purple almost, and so I just don't, like, when I think about this knit, like, when I think about it, when I'm not looking at it, I think it's brown, but then I look at it and I'm like, that's actually just purple, or maybe even like a beige. It's sometimes, yeah, it's like a purpley beige color. So anyway, I'm having trouble like conceptualizing this sweater, but it is, I am so close to finishing the body. I will be doing a double knitted collar. I think that was the idea, and I've already done the double knit band right here. And then this sweater is interesting. I kind of was inspired by some Baba sweaters that that include like pretty significant side decreases. So the shape is very, very large at the top, and then through these side decreases, the shape kind of goes like that, if you can see clearly. And then I am working on the ribbing now. I am doing half twisted rib for the very first time, which is kind of exciting. And I actually don't hate it. A lot of people say it's kind of a slog, but I have been enjoying it, and I think it looks very nice and neat. And so I want to include probably down to here, maybe like 2 more inches or so of ribbing, and then I'll have the collar, and then kind of oversized sleeves with, because the drop shoulder is pretty far down, so I'll do some oversized sleeves that go down into this half-twisted rib, and I don't think I'm going to, I think I'm going to have the sleeves be just like slightly more straight. I won't be doing as many decreases, and then maybe I will do some rapid decreases at the end, or I'll just have it be straight. I'm not quite sure about that yet. So I don't know. All of my other sleeves I've done just pretty steady. This one not so much. This one kind of was straight with some like rapid decreasing right here, but I guess, I don't know, this is pretty tapered, but most of my sleeves are fairly tapered. I think partially it's because I just get tired of knitting sleeves and I just want to have my rounds go down and my stitch count go down in the round as fast as possible, which I luckily really like that look, but I think that I'm ready to try some new styles and maybe have it look a little bit different than all of my other stuff. That's kind of why I'm doing the half-twisted rib and trying these body decreases, which I didn't really show you, but the side decreases have this create, you can't even really see it in real life, there is this nice like strip here, and same for the other side, that I think is just like a nice detail that has some interest, some texture that you wouldn't have normally otherwise. And yeah, I just really enjoy that curve. I just want it to like cinch in and kind of be more of like a vintage type fit, maybe in like a little cropped, but yeah. So I guess it's not super cropped because we're almost to this length, so, and this is definitely not cropped on me at all. So anyway, that is that. My last work in progress is, I wouldn't even call it a work in progress, but I have slightly swatched for a hat in 2x2 rib, and yeah, this is with Barocco vintage yarn that I got at a yarn shop, and it is really nice and really soft, and the idea is that I'm going to make a 2x2 ribbed hat, like a fisherman's hat, so pretty short, not like a full-on beanie, but yeah. And I want to make that for my husband, but I'm not quite, I don't know. I love this gray so much that I am kind of jealous, so maybe I'll just buy another skein and make one for myself. I don't know, but anyway, this is supposed to be a hat eventually. It's basically just a swatch, and yeah. Next, I'm just going to talk about some acquisitions. I just have one haul, I guess, of an acquisition. I got, there was a sale on Lind Hobby, which I am just kind of always perusing there. I love that site. I'm a little bit scared that in the future there's going to be duties and stuff and taxes, tariffs, you know, but if that's the case, then I will be not shopping there anymore, sadly. Anyway, I got a few skeins of this Hertigarn Organic 350. It is a 55% organic merino wool and 45% organic cotton. So I got one ball in this, let's see, the colorway. This is shade 4075, so that's that. And then I got two in a navy blue. The idea is that these will be kind of used together, and I really like the heathering of this one. It's really pretty, and then just a nice navy blue. I love these colors together, so I got these three, and it is really thin yarn. A lot thinner than I'm used to. The idea is that I'm going to be making some summer outfits out of these, but yeah, you need a needle size 3 to 3.5, so I will probably be holding these double, which I hope that this is enough to make like at least a tank top. Each one is, I think it's for 50 grams, it's, yeah, 350 meters, that's why it's organic 350. Again, yeah, I'm so bad at conceptualizing, like the picture on the website makes it look so big, and then you get it and you're like, this is a small skein of yarn. But this should be plenty to make maybe a t-shirt or something out of. And then I have 4 in this berry red colorway and 3 in this heathered pink colorway. So this is shade 4091 and this is shade 4215. And I think that these are really pretty as well. And I love a red and pink moment, especially for summer. I'm thinking that maybe I will end up doing, since these will be held double, I might do some sort of fade, because I think that would be really pretty, where you do two strands of the red, and then you do a strand of each, and then 2 strands of the pink, and that would be pretty. I'm hoping that I have enough for, I don't know, it would be great to have enough for like either a mini dress or a t-shirt and shorts, but again, I'm not quite sure how much I have. I think with all of these, doing the math, I have enough for like, if I were to do a sweater, held double, so yeah. But if you don't have as much positive ease for a t-shirt and shorts and it's less, then you might be able to get away with this. I don't know. We will see. I hope I'm not playing yarn chicken. So on Lind Hobby, they have a deal where the more you order, typically on most brands, the more you order, the more of a discount you get. So when I ordered 10, I got a pretty significant discount. I think each ball of yarn went down to like $2.95 or something, which is like basically half off. And that was really nice. That was kind of like my reasoning for getting so much. So altogether, I think this cost, well, I know that the entire order cost about $30. So yeah, $30, 10 skeins of yarn, shipping all the way from Denmark, and is a pretty good deal, especially if I get a couple of different items of clothing from it. Plus it's organic merino and cotton, so perfect for summer outfits and just natural fibers, and I'm like really excited. I believe it's superwash. I can't really tell because it's in Danish, so I'll have to relook at that. And yeah, so the one last thing that I want to talk about is just kind of some future plans. I think that I will be making just one more sweater, I think, to get me through March, and then maybe by mid-March I'll be ready to start making some summer clothes. I don't know, but the idea is that my next project will be frogging this and restarting, because I decided that I really want it, and I love this so much, and I deserve this sweater, and so it's perfect because I didn't know what to do next, but I have this just ready to go, so I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna frog it and then start over. So I have a much better idea now of how I'm going to make this sweater. I think when I first started it, I didn't quite know what the pattern was gonna be. The plan now is to do smaller here with a v-neck, and I will just be doing 2 of these pattern repeats, and then or 2 stripes, I guess, and then the sleeves will have 2 stripes as well, and in my drawing that I have, it looks pretty nice, and I think this will be like a nice chunky yarn to have. I might do some body decreases maybe. I like the idea of it kind of curving a little bit more. And yeah, so that's something that I didn't do the first time, and I think I would like to include that. I do like how long this ribbing is. The only thing I can't tell right now is if I'm okay with the color work being like upside down, because that's what it will look like if I go from top down, but I kind of prefer it to look like this. So I don't know, I might actually be going bottom up, which is kind of crazy, but this actually didn't take me too long, and this is way bigger than I wanted it to be, so I think it'll work out and be okay. But this just matches so much of what I wear that it's perfectly ready for me to begin, and so I think that would be a great next project. After that, I have like a bunch of shorts planned that I really am excited to get into, and some more summery tops and tank tops. And I would love to make a t-shirt. I haven't tried that yet, so I think that would be really fun to do. And yeah, I am grateful that you have made it all the way through, if you've made it to this point, and I will see you next month in my next knitting podcast. Bye!